correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
Welcome to Me and Steve Talk RPGs, a podcast where me and my friend Steve...
We're playing games this time.
Hey folks, welcome. We're going to be launching into another short actual play series here. I don't know exactly how long this is going to be because, well, I haven't gotten around to editing all of it yet. Literally just finished editing the first installment, which is kind of an episode 0, if you will. We're going back to Monster of the Week. We actually recorded this in like April and May of 2024. So yeah, almost a year ago now, actually. And this was kind of a short little thing we did. This is the same group that, we recorded the Oblivion War and a bunch of the other stuff you heard us do. This was kind of the last thing we did before I ended up having to change shifts at work, and that group has kind of, I don't want to say dissolved, but just, well, our meeting time was no longer there. So this was a really cool, really fun little mini campaign, and Ben stepped up again and ran Monster of the Week for us again. Had a lot of fun with this. I've decided to kind of call this Trouble in Progress Junction because it seems to fit. And like I said, a lot of thanks to Ben, everybody else, Steve, Eric, Hagen, Terry. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this. And like I said, this was a lot of fun to play, and just had a really good time with it. So I hope you all enjoy it too.
I mean, can we actually roleplay without this guy? I don't think I know how to roleplay without him anymore. No recording that tells me I'm allowed to roleplay now.
Okay, is that how that works?
Yeah, it's actually weird in person. I have to have one of my players do that for me, otherwise I can't.
He gets performance anxiety.
Pretty much.
Need a British bear.
I contracted Terry. I just call him on voice chat and make him do that voice for me since I can't. It's like, all right, thanks, man. We're good now.
$1 a minute,
Bro, hey,
You have a 900 number set up with him.
Right. Speed dial.
Don't steal my ideas. All right, y'all. So we are looking to do a Monster of the Week game. Tonight we're predominantly going to be doing a session 0, building both expectations for us as a game group, as well as constructing a little bit what game we're going to be telling, what story we're going to be exploring together. In the past, we've kind of always gone for a little bit more of a goofy flavoring. Is that what we want to do again? Do we want to go a little more serious? What's kind of the tone that people are feeling?
I am going to try like hell to be serious.
Same.
I'm thinking we try
I will
not
do
to
my
be
best.
overtly goofy.
We wish you luck.
Did you say inadvertently goofy?
I said try not to be overtly goofy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a previous ask for us to do like a Western setting flavor. So I think we are going to be doing that. Specifically, I think we're going to be doing kind of like the early industrialization component. Specifically, what I mean is like the train is just starting to get to that area. We're seeing some other forms of transportation beyond just people riding horses. But those are not the status quo. I just really like that kind of combination of old world, new world type things.
Yeah.
So I think that will be a fun setting. Does that sound good to everybody
Little House
else?
on the Prairie time frame.
Sure.
Just barely pre-industrialization.
Yes, exactly. So there's still it's like the new and coming, and then obviously depending on what playbooks people choose, we can modify it a little bit based off of that. This isn't going to be like a town of 10 people either. This will be like one of the early like cities that are being set up in the area. So then some of you guys missed this, but I was having people look at what are called team playbooks. I like these because I think they give us kind of a unifying theme for us to follow in Monster of the Week. Did any of these really jump out at anybody?
Personally, I like the Guardians of the Borderland or the Night Shift.
Yeah.
Those are both a lot of
The
fun.
night shift definitely grabbed me.
Steve,
Let me look at the night shift because that might not fit great in this setting.
yeah, it could be like the one thing that I think could fit in that for Night Shift is like if we're kind of like Night Watch, basically.
I'm more looking at the team rules and moves to see
Oh,
if they
gotcha.
would integrate well into like the setting or environment. Because for instance, like the Borderland one, you guys you have a sense for when there's weird shit happening, and it really sets a tone as like there's something from beyond the veil that's coming in and trying to attack. So it really kind of sets that flavoring of story too.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's one I've used before, and it is a fun one.
Yeah, this one seems like a true like convenience store type of thing.
Yeah.
Late night at the saloon.
Yeah, but a saloon's not going to need 6.
Oh, League of Double Lives. That might be interesting.
You guys, if you guys really want to do night shift, the security team might work. Who are the security people on trains? Was that the Pinkertons or I don't remember.
Yeah,
So like you guys could theoretically be like, there's a train depot or something. You guys could maybe be protecting.
feel like if you're going night shift in that era, your options are railroad or mines.
Yeah, I forgot about mines. That's a good one. Or maybe telegraph. I feel like those were the other thing that were protected a lot. So looking
mail
at
rooms?
Probably not this many people in a mail room, but I'm not saying no.
Hmm.
But looking at these things, inventory check, corporate database, handbook, uniforms, mascot. I don't feel like this one fits in the setting we're looking at so much. So maybe not night shift. What was the other one someone said? It was
Guardians of the Borderland.
someone said something after that though.
Oh, the Double Lives, League of Double Lives, Terry said.
What
Yeah.
page is that?
Let me find it.
I went past it.
80 on the PDF.
Thank you.
There also is on the PDF. There is an index, like a bookmarks on the side too.
Oh, dope! I didn't open it all the way. I think this one could potentially work. Yeah,
because it's closer to the desired time frame. It's Flapper era, so it's a little ahead.
Yeah, we can modify that. I think.
What book are we looking in? Is this
Codex of
Worlds? Yeah, if we told you that, that'd probably be really helpful.
Right.
Yeah, I think Guardians. Yes, I think this could work. I think the Guardians one could work. I think the Monster Hunter International one could be cool.
I kind of like this League of Double Lives type thing.
Okay.
Because as you were saying Western, I was coming up with some ideas for my character or as far as like stereotypes for my character. And so it kind of
that still works.
For like wealthy superhero.
Well,
it mentions, Batman specifically.
Yeah. I feel like
neat.
Yeah, I could work with this.
So League of Double Lives, are we agreeing on that?
All right, cool. Let's do League of Double Lives.
Although the assets are a bit interesting.
What'd you call me?
Precise.
Cool. Okay, so with that kind of flavoring in mind, if everyone could, or I guess someone just want to read the brief intro of that for people playing the home game.
Yes. League of Double Lives. We have a meeting in 2 hours and an interview in 3. Problem is, the Crimson Patriarch has risen again, and will gather his Wraith army soon, in, I think, 4 hours. You are monster hunters, but also important society members in a city. Your ties to the society give you various forms of influence, but also mean you somehow have to manage 2 lives at once. The world isn't ready to learn about your monster hunting, and even less about the monsters themselves. Think Batman, or most characters from Penny Dreadful.
That's Terry. He's available for hire for personal use or professional games.
Personal use. Oh my.
You're welcome.
He also does birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, and weddings.
Absolutely.
And if you need that like kinky phone call, nah. Anyways, totally cool. So with that kind of, I don't want to use the word flavoring after all I just did to Terry, but with that theme now influencing us, what are some what are the playbooks people want to play? Is there any change to playbooks people are playing?
I still like the Divine.
Love that. Is anybody else in love with the Divine?
Here is nah.
Perfect. Eric, tell us about your Divine.
So my thought for the Divine is his name is Oaken, and he is a Valkyrie from like Norse mythology, sent down here to work with this crew to ensure that they live in such a way that will ensure their entry into Valhalla when that time comes.
Love it. I think that's a great flavoring. Cool. And do you have your character mostly built out at this point?
I have it completely built out.
Okay, except for the ties to other people?
Right, that's the one part I'm waiting on. So I don't know if you need the rest of it or...
Nope, that's all I want for now.
Okay.
All right, cool. Who wants to go next?
I'm still working through whether or not which one I definitely want, but I'm either going the crooked, the mundane, or the spooky. And I have something for each of them. So it really could go.
Well, then why don't we let other people go, and maybe that'll help narrow down what you want to do. Hagen, what are you playing?
Earlier I'd said either sidekick or spellslinger.
Cool.
Sounded fun.
So which one are you gonna do?
I don't know. That was
I feel like you kind of did the sidekick last time when you did the mundane. What do you think about doing the spellslinger?
That's fine.
Or is anyone else really in love with the spellslinger?
No, I was thinking of doing the expert and flavoring him kind of as an inventor type with this team concept. So, like, the sidekick could play off of that if he wanted to go that route.
Eagle.
Yeah. What do I mean? These are your characters. You guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just throwing that out there as you know.
You could be his Alfred to Steve. Hagen could be Alfred to Steve's Bruce.
There you go.
Or Igor to Dr. Frankenstein.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, that if you want to do the spellslinger, though, I mean, it wasn't as if, because originally I was thinking more Old Westy and more like the crabby, town repairman guy with the cart and just constantly has stuff.
That still works, Steve.
Sure.
That still works, especially because it's just getting to be the Industrial Revolution. So
right, but with the double lives, he needs to be a little more formalized. So I was thinking more, in the kind of Edison, Tesla.
Yeah, that's that time. That's why I like this time.
The raw science.
There's so many of these like things are being created and discovered and poo-pooed and. All right. So you said you're the expert?
Yes. And his working name is Marcus now Gustafsson because Nordic tie-in.
I am gonna come. Listen, if you name your character Gustafsson, I am gonna show up every week with a different reference to Grumpy Old Man.
Okay. See, I was actually originally going to call him Marcus Samuelson, but then I realized it was the judge on Chop. Yes.
Yeah,
totally.
See, that's the character's name in Grumpy Old Man. I think it's Lithgow's character, or not Lithgow. Lemon's character. Landau. It might be Landau's character. Anyways.
Steve, I'm here for this, just so you know.
Thank you.
You've committed to both of these things now.
Yeah, Steve, you say that like it's a negative to us.
Hey guys, I also just heard Steve saying he was going to be here every week with a reference. So just saying, Steve.
Yeah.
It's on Alistair.
It's not that hard.
I think the Codex of Worlds somehow broke. Oh, never mind.
Steve, what was your character's name?
Marcus Gustafsson.
Kazoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that last name. Cool.
Gustafson.
Love it. Who does this help anyone make their choice then in characters? Steve.
Well, yeah,
Hagen?
I am definitely hard set on the hard case. I think
Love it.
it's a character going to be named Dylan O'Brien,
Hell yeah, it is.
and I feel like it's I feel like he's like a locomotive repairman.
Heck
However,
yeah.
he's also like a handyman, and like everybody knows that they can like go see him and he'll fix shit at their house. And so
Love
that's
it.
how he's sort of curried his societal like presence.
Yes, he has. Is that crossing over a little too much with your concept of a character, Steve?
Not, I mean, feel like I didn't look at the hard cases playbook, but I'm thinking more kind of the mad scientist.
Perfect. Then I love this kind of
So I
combination.
feel like it actually kind of plays off as maybe a non-monster hunting connection.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, cool. Perfect.
Well, I feel like in my case, he's very much playing into that like two different sides of the coin type thing. Like the persona he puts on up front is this gentle giant, and then when things are going sideways, he is gonna be the exact definition of like a hard case, like just crazy.
Love it.
That's my goal.
Love it. Cool, cool. All right. Next up, that is Terry or Hagen. What do you guys got?
I think I finally decided on the mundane, just to see how it's going to go.
Okay.
Norman
mine
Manson.
Say what?
His name
I said
is
we did
Norman.
mine Spellslinger. I just
Norman what?
Norman Manson.
Manson.
The mundane.
All right, you're the normal man. Got it.
Yep, exactly.
Classic,
Ian or
Classic.
ON at the end?
1 second. Shoot. Wait, where's the I just realized I'm missing the character sheets for Monster of the Week.
They're in the
Where are
PDF.
they?
They're also free.
Oh, they are? Oh.
And what did you say you're playing, Hagen? Spellslinger?
Spellslinger.
Do you have a name for yourself yet, or are you working that still?
Almost.
Nearly there. Just need a couple more seconds.
Miles Barker.
Miles Barkley?
Barker.
Is that of the Huntsville Barkers?
No, more Nottingham.
Nottingham Barkers, okay.
Perfect. Okay. So
Oh, here we go.
each person is going to make a connection with 2 other people. So Terry, how is your character connected to Marcus Gustafson and Oaken?
Oaken and Marcus Gus. What was it again?
Mark Gustafson.
There's in your playbook, there's histories, so you can pick one of those. So you're associated
Oh,
with it.
sorry, that's right. You haven't done this with us before. I'm gonna go to someone else. Terry first.
And what was the other name? Odin?
Oaken.
Right.
Like you.
Terry, I'll do somebody else first because they've done this before to kind of model it for you.
I've also done this before. I've played Monster of the Week before.
With me?
Not with you, no. But I have
okay. Oh, okay. Then go ahead and do the relations then.
Let's see. I think you still might need to come back to me because I need to think of on the connection with the Wild
No,
West.
man, you've played before. Let's go, bro. Let's see what you got.
All right.
I literally created space to take the pressure off of you, and you got defensive about it.
All right. You got me.
Hey, Eric.
So, Marcus
I don't need to be a
Gustafson.
dick to you, Terry. Take your time.
I know, you're fine.
Eric,
Be a
why don't
dick
you
to
tell
him.
me?
Yep.
Why don't you tell me your connection to Miles Barker and Norman Manson?
All right. So my connection to Miles Barker is that I need to protect them. They have a crucial role in what's to come, and I'm here to guide and defend them.
Love it. Can you tell me narratively, the 2 of you, how that kind of came to be?
My thought is that when Miles became aware of their powers, I was sent down here because it awoken something that like basically caused a rift in Asgard, and essentially like caused the Bifrost to open and bring me down here.
Okay. In that case, then, Miles, what were you doing that called the Bifrost in?
Where are we going to be located? I know we said Old West, but
Yes. Where are we located?
That's what he's asking you.
that's a group question. I wasn't sure.
You brought this up, buddy. You're now stuck with the answer.
Okay, so group
Tucson,
question:
Arizona.
More
Tucson,
frontier,
Arizona.
or do we want it a little more city? Or
We're definitely a frontier city.
I'm telling you, Tucson.
Well, we're gonna make up our own place, but we could also
Well,
just
yeah.
call it Tucson if you want. All right, it's Tucson. I hope no one listens to the podcast from Tucson because I don't know anything about it, and I'm not going to go and do research about it.
that's okay. Things have changed a lot since then.
So, Mile, what were you doing in Tucson? Since apparently that matters to you, what you were doing.
Well, I had been tracking down a old spell book that I had heard about, and when I found the book, there was a guardian of it and that appeared and attacked me, and it must have been some. It was an old. Well, since it summoned someone who's Norse, then maybe some elf had been guarding it.
Yeah, a drow. Cool. Love it. I think that's awesome. Also, aren't all Valkyries women?
Yes. Exclusively.
So Oaken is a woman? Eric?
Would be what I would think.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okena? All right, cool. How does Oaken know Norman?
Norman, because they're a mundane.
Yep.
They should not be involved in this situation. The prophecies didn't mention them at all. This gets my attention, but I don't know what it means.
Love that. How did you guys kind of become friends then?
So one of my aspects is that I have glowing eyes, but as the double, I can hide them, and he kind of caught a glimpse of it one day, and kind of like they caught his attention.
Okay. Cool. So we're resident aliening it. Okay. Cool. All right. Love it. Terry, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hagen, you ready to go?
Let's see. So I already have one connection with, and give me everybody tell me again what it is you are for play.
I am an expert.
I am a divine.
Okay. So new Steven.
I am a hard case.
Terry.
Nope. Hello?
Mundane.
I think the expert maybe makes a little more sense to me, although it might depend on what he's an expert in.
Can you choose one of the relationship categories and tell us what it is? But I'm going to tell you who you're doing it with. You're going to be doing it with Dylan and Oaken.
What page the categories on?
Your playbook?
Second page of the playbook.
Sorry, getting back to it now.
I'm going to come back to you, Hagen.
Yeah.
Steve's, either one of you guys feel it going?
Why not?
Love it. All right. How are you connected to Norman?
So I think at some point, I leveraged Norman to help me acquire some piece of, we'll call it mystical technology. Like, he didn't know what it was, but I somehow used him to get it. It's some sort of, I'm gonna call it like a magical oscilloscope.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reading device, not a yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's an instrument, not a offensive or production type thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
How did Norman acquire this thing?
So, what does Norman do as his? Hang on, he's muted.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So what is like? Okay, is Norman just like a random person for hire around town? Does he have a career?
I think that Norman.
He could even just be like he was some sort of courier.
He is a barkeeper.
Hell yeah, he is.
He is a barkeeper.
Okay.
At the local tavern.
Okay, so maybe then I had someone drop it off at the bar and I picked it up through Norman. Like Norman just, hey, you've got a package.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So like the bar/inn doubles as the post office.
Seems logical.
Seems like it.
Cool.
And it's called the Stinky Pete.
Great. Love it. All right. And then tell us how you and Dylan have interacted.
So I think we have connected a little bit on because we both, he fixes things and I'm kind of inventor. We've connected a little bit on that level. I feel like this one works for they came to you for advice and your advice got them out of trouble. Ask them what the trouble was.
Well, yeah, I'm going to use that and springboard off of it. So I came to you for advice because I had flown off the handle at a rampage and may or may not thrown a train wheel at somebody and wanted your advice as far as should I just skip town or what to do.
Love it.
Maybe we concocted up some story about something malfunctioned and you didn't actually throw it at them. It just looked that way.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Alrighty. Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go next. Am I still doing the how we met for Marcus and Oaken or no?
I don't care at this point. You can pick one or two. We've kind of gotten most people tied into the group now for why they know each other and are part of the double life that you can kind of choose.
Wait, all right, let's see. There was Marcus, Oaken, Miles, and then what was yours, Steve?
Daniel.
Daniel or Dylan?
Daniel.
Okay.
Dan O'Brien.
Good old Dano.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
You know, my great grandpa something O'Brien died in that, in Texas, Louisiana during the Civil War. Steve,
That might be him.
Are you my ancestor?
It's kind of like that children's novel. Are you my mommy?
That just makes me think of Doctor Who. Let's see. Oh my goodness. What was yours, Hagen? What was your character again, Hagen? I'm so sorry. I'm spacing out.
I am a spell slinger, Miles Barker.
Okay. Why not? When you first came to town, I gave you a job working at the bar till you got on your feet.
Ooh.
Okay.
What? Because like a spell slinger is going to be good at like components and things, right? What if they are your brewer?
Sure.
You want to be my brewer?
That works.
So you gave him a job, found out he was actually really good with like alchemy type stuff.
There you go.
And Terry, what's your character's name?
Norman Manson. I will play it serious, but I wanted to have a little bit of fun with the name. And then to round it out, I'll so for Daniel, I'm the guy you threw the train wheel at. You didn't kill me.
I love it.
But I don't know where it came from or who threw it. So it never. I'm still pissed off.
Perfect.
Damn train wheels flying out of nowhere.
Checks a box on my end then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might as well tell you what triggered it. Because that's part of my thing. I lost my younger brother to those things and found out and went on a rampage. And that's when I threw the train wheel unwittingly, but on a rampage at you.
The train wheel stuck into my bar.
Yeah.
That's what it
Now
was.
permanent fixture. It's
now a permanent fixture. The
like
last
stuck
E
to the
in
support
Stinky
post.
Pete. No, the
Yeah.
last E in Stinky Pete is replaced with the wheel.
Like, did part of the outside of it come off so it looks like an E now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I got up there and cut it out to make it look like an E. That's my like.
somebody cut the wheel. Weird.
That's my like. Sorry about this, bud.
Right. All right.
Cool. All right. I think those are a lot of good connections. I don't think we need more unless somebody else wants to throw something out there.
I think they can build organically from here, probably.
I think that gives us a good kind of binding. Cool. All right. So the next thing I want to do is just build out our city a little bit to kind of wrap up this session 0. What is the name of our city?
Are we going? So do we want to try to tie it into the spookiness going on here and add like a vaguely spooky name to the town, or like a weird name?
Call it something like Ghost Rock if you want to do that. You know, like maybe there's like
Spectre
a Ghost Mesa. Maybe there's a valley or a mesa nearby that's supposedly has legends of spooky things.
So
Skull Valley City.
If we look at the League of Double Lives, which was on what, 80, I think so.
Yeah, 82 is the city.
So, well, the other thing I'm thinking about is what is your style of improvement? Greater good, the only ones, the ancient tradition.
Greater good.
Yeah, I'd lean towards greater good.
Okay. Because I think that's going to kind of influence potentially like the flavoring of the city then. All right.
This works out so well.
So if it's greater... Good.
I was just looking at the gear for the mundane, and it's golf club, pocket knife, handgun, rifle, sledgehammer, nunchucks. All of that actually is attainable in the Old West.
Yeah. Cool. So city names. So we're thinking you guys are doing the greater good. We're in the middle of kind of an industrialization. This is probably a city that's kind of popping up overnight because of the rail line.
We could just call
Mesa.
We could just call it Progress.
Love it.
Progress Junction.
Yeah, Progress Junction. Sounds great.
We're getting extremely close to Resident Alien happening. Because he lives in a town called Patience, Colorado. Yeah.
All right. So Terry, what was the name of your bar again?
Stinky Pete's.
Okay.
So did we like Progress Junction?
We'll do that for now, and we can always reassess if we want to, but I think that's a good starting point. All right. So I want each of you guys to name a location, a business, a person in proximity to Progress Junction.
I think there has to be a newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because it fits, you could just call it the Progress Report.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. So because that's more of like a concept. Let's say that this is like the big newspaper for the region. Who is the owner of the Progress Report?
Archibald Hemingway the Third.
Perfect. All right. So Archie Hemingway is the owner and primary writer for the Progress Report and uses the railway to distribute this article. All right. Who's got the next person, location, or business?
I feel like... Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go.
I feel like since we're setting this up to be a train hub, we need to have a depot. So It's going to be a train depot. And I feel like Norman, you named your bar after the head of the train depot, and his name is
Pete.
Pete. And then somebody give me a last name. I don't have a good last name for him. No, better yet, he just goes by Pete.
He's just Pete. We don't know his other names. It's only Pete.
What is
Did he
the
used
name
to
of...
own the bar, and is he smelly?
He used to own the bar,
No.
but he always smells like coal dust and oil.
And sulfur.
Yeah.
No, he's more of like a homemade, homemade, not the right word, self-made, like rail baron, as opposed to old Eastern money.
Yeah. He owned the land that they built this depot on.
Perfect. What is like the main company that utilizes this depot?
Wayne
Mistech.
Enterprises.
Wayne Enterprises. Love it. So Wayne Enterprises, I think, is the big company from out of town.
Yep.
And they use the trade depot. It's because of them that this town is kind of blown up a little bit, because it's one of their like hubs. And so there's a little bit of contention between the locals, the kind of the ritzier people that Wayne Enterprises has stationed here, because now you're having executives and people that need to be here, so they're wanting a little more class than is really attainable previously. So there's a little bit of this like conflict in terms of social statuses and things. Cool.
So
Love
the big
that.
company funding the town growth.
So it's kind of more like there was a town, and the big companies now like come in, and so they're kind of like almost at odds with each other. Love it. All right. Who's got the next person, place, or
I've got one.
business? What is it?
Gunther's Gourmand and Grocery. He's the grocer supplying us with food and me with materials for the things I make for the bar, and also for some of my experiments.
There you go.
All right, but I'm going to change it to Gunther's Gorman's General something else with a G.
General Goods.
General Goods, thank you. That way we just have 4 Gs. All right, who's got the
better
next
than
one?
5.
Hey.
So I think in any old West town, what do you need? You need a cemetery and an undertaker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a brothel, but okay.
So the cemetery's name is going to be Gates of Progress.
Oh, I have a perfect thing for the name. Hold on. Oh shit. Phantasm.
What?
The movie Phantasm, oh gosh.
The tall man?
Yes.
Eric,
the actor.
Did you have a name already in place, Eric?
Oh,
Nope.
sorry. Angus Scrim would be amazing. Because that's the Undertaker, yeah.
Angus who? Scrim?
Angus Scrim. Scrimm. And that's the real name of the actor that played the tall man in the Phantasm series.
And
absolute sweetheart, though. So always told.
So just to make this more valuable to your group, because otherwise I don't see how this is going to be narratively beneficial to you, what role does Angus Scrim play in relationship to this group?
I'm glad you asked. He is actually another Asgardian.
Oh, okay.
I forget who the Asgardian Lord of the Underworld is. Is it Hela?
Yes, it's
Hela.
Like
one of Hela's minions, basically.
Okay.
She was a hella bad time for them in the movie, too.
So I think that Angus is like semi-retired. I think he was here before. He was like the group before your guys' group, and he's kind of like semi-retired, but still kind of hangs around. Love it. Okay.
Yeah. So he's the one I go to if the person doesn't make it into Valhalla. I bring them to him.
Got it. Cool. All right, we have one more who hasn't gone yet.
I have not gone yet.
All right, what do you got?
The bank, right? There has to be a bank in an old West town.
Especially
Bank of Progress?
society.
Bank of Progress, yeah.
First National Bank?
Or is it Wayne Bank because of the company?
Ooh. Wayne. Ooh. First National Bank of Wayne.
So also to tie this into role playing and something that's going to be valuable to you guys as a group, how is this bank helpful?
It's the one bankrolling us.
They are financing the secret society.
Yeah, because we gotta have money from somewhere.
It's a secret society. Please explain to me how a bank is bankrolling you.
Okay. Here's the thought.
You live double lives. That's saying I'm Batman, but I get my finances from this bank.
Okay.
We're the original Justice League. That's the point of Wayne Enterprises. He rolls in trains of money every once in a while and bankrolls us to do what we're doing out west.
I mean, that, or is that possibly who's funding a large part of my research?
Well, I want to switch it, right? Because what you guys are getting at there is not necessarily, or maybe you guys have an idea, but I don't hear you describing it. You're giving me backstory, right? What I want is, remember the first time we played? I want things in place so if you guys get stuck or don't know what to do, you have places to go and people to interact with.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I told Terry, I need you to find somebody who can do X, he has people he can talk to try to network to find this thing. So in this city, we're deliberately building out resources while we're role playing for people for you to engage with or contact with or network with. So how does this bank help us further the narrative of our story? Because just saying they bankroll you isn't really a narrative, right? It's not something you're going to be able to use or potentially.
They're also information brokers.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
although that kind of overlays with the newspaper in a lot of ways too.
Oh shoot, never mind then. Yeah,
like I'm just throwing that out there.
Could the basement be the basement of this bank be like the?
That's still mechanical stuff, right? That's not like.
Well, it will be because if it's our hideout or like our gathering place, that's what the bank could be there for.
So the point of this is that during a mystery, you guys are going to get to places you're going to say we don't know what to do.
Mayor's office.
Okay.
Yeah. City Hall. That's going to happen. It's a necessity. City Hall, Mayor Farnsworth. No?
I've already typed it. All right, cool. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I like the idea that the mayor's office is really just in the bank.
Yeah. No collusion going on there. No, not at all.
None. Cool. All right, guys. I think this is a pretty good start. So to summarize, we are playing a group of individuals that are part of the League of Double Lives. So you're trying really hard to maintain the facade of regular societied people while also fighting the mythical monsters on the side. We are living in the town of Progress Junction, a recently booming industrial place because of the use of Wayne Enterprises of this location as a depot as well as a junction station. And so they've moved moderate amounts of resources and personnel, expanding upon the locals. Stinky Pete's is the locals bar, while there are multiple higher end establishments starting to be opened up as more and more people are coming through. There's a local newspaper that's recently boomed because of the use of the railroad, both for information as well as distribution, the Progress Report. They tend to lean heavily into let's say, the occult, and often are publishing short stories and different things. Wayne Enterprises has contracted out and expanded upon Pete's Trade Depot and is one of the main sources of income as well as personnel in this area. Gunther Gorman's General Goods is the local kind of, if you need it, this store has it place. Gates of Progress Cemetery, run by Angus Scrim, is one of your mentors, a retired individual within the field of the double lives. And then lastly, we have the First National Bank of Wayne, which also houses the mayor's office with the current seated mayor, Farnsworth. Perfect.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Perfect.
So, quick question. Looking at Spellslinger at some of the extra moves, one of them is Practitioner, and like I got to choose 3 things from underneath base and effects. Are these I pick 2 extra effects and then one of them gets a +1?
So magic spells are a little weird, and there's like a separate section on how they function. But yes, what you're interpreting is correct. So this game works through tags, and so you're basically identifying additional tags that will be part of your spell, which is how weapons work in general. However, Hagen, we will be very Terry. That's just rude. That's even ruder. But Hagen, we'll play a little bit loot. It's even ruder. You got the milk too in the cupcake? Oh, bro, that's just
This
harsh,
is banana
man.
bread.
Oh.
Excuse you. And this is coffee. So I can stay awake.
Man, you're really nice, by the way. Really, that's just the weirdest breakfast combination at 7:40 at night. I guess I don't know how many time zones you're behind me, but
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the world apparently, where it's morning now.
I.
Well, he
Hey,
said 7:40 at night.
yeah, Terry's just ADHD as balls. So, he drinks coffee to go to bed. So Hagen, we're gonna play a little loose with magic, because I want it to be cool, and also we're gonna have bigger side effects or risks. Really, the thing I want you to think about: do you watch animes at all?
Not many.
Oh, but you listen to all this horrible music, but you won't listen to animes.
But go ahead.
So one of the really fun things about animes, or one of the valuable things I think about a lot of the animes, is each character like has a different representation of the magic system. Whether it is demon hunters and how each of them engage with the magic differently around the sword, hunter x hunter, how every character has a different magic system that still fits in with the world's magic system, or fairy tale, like each character, similar thing. So one of the things I want you to think about is how does your magic manifest? It's not just I can't remember the guy who invented the system, but it's not just you have a spell book and you have these spells and you cast a spell. That this is, do you manifest fire and you're able to manipulate that fire to do certain things? Do you have a pipe and that smoke is how you're able to do those things? Are you reaching into the beyond and pulling energies out into this world that you're forming into something? So think of what it looks like. What does it feel like? What does your character need to do to tap into and use that magic? And then I'm going to probably let you do whatever you want if it's cool like that. But if you do something just like I cast fireball, then I'll probably be picky.
Okay.
Cool.
What were those animes you said? Because I've never heard of those either.
You've never watched am I saying it right? It's Demon Hunter, right? On Netflix, the samurai one?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, bro. It's so good. Steve, this is why you're my boy. Oh, it's
I've watched season 1, I think. Season 2 didn't release the same way. I forget. It is on something, though.
3 or 4 are on there. Which is the one on the train? Is that season? I think that's season.
That's the movie. That's the movie between season 2. Is the train.
Well, on Netflix, it's just season 2.
Oh, weird.
I think it is.
I'd have to look. I did watch up through where they go to the city.
To the Pleasure District one. I think that's season.
Where they find the guy running the thing, and he attacks them at the house. Like they hook up with the.
Oh, you're really early. Okay.
Yeah.
You're still on season 1, I think.
Yeah.
The illusionary.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
That's where you meet the boar. Oh, it's
it's after that, but like they have the big fight with the one that throws the balls.
And then the one with the eyes on his hands that change directional.
Yeah.
Change directional momentum.
That's still. I think that's still season on Netflix. Season 1 is like 26 episodes. Then the train arc.
That's still early on because they still. I think that's a few episodes in at least.
That's a ways in. So. I thought it was
a good couple.
You gotta go through all this training first, and that's like at least 2 episodes.
Because I know it's after the training, because that's when they go to the city.
This is fairly deep
episode
in.
9. Episode 9 has the ball guy.
Really? Is that all the
Anyways,
further I got into it?
the second one, the train arc with the flame. Oh, bro, so good. Anyways, sorry. The ones I said, my personal favorite, like if I'm like lighthearted, is Fairy Tail. It's goofy. It doesn't have too much fan service. The main character to me is a little bit of a less annoying Naruto because he's got it's actually like real friendships and he's a little bit more naive as opposed to like really just frustrating.
Motion sickness.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It just feels a little realer to me. Then the next one I said was Monster X, Hunter X Hunter. Hunter. Thank you. Which is a really fun one. And then Demon Slayer, but I think Demon Slayer is probably my top two.
All right.
Black Clover is actually pretty good. The series.
Yes, it
watched
is.
only a couple episodes, and I can't decide if I want
It gets better.
Okay.
Try it. It gets so good.
Have you guys been watching Delicious Dungeons at all? Because
yes, Delicious in Dungeon.
Slaps.
Oh gosh, wait.
I've never even heard of it.
It's about it's basically a
D&D party go into a dungeon and are forced to live off of the local flora and fauna, which happen to be awful monstrous
it's like
creatures.
Anthony Bourdain, but dungeon delvers. Like they want to eat the food, and so they're like, "Oh, if we harvest and cook it this way, we'll make this dish." And
all right, I can get into that.
It's
super wholesome,
delicious.
For your reference, Ben, the last anime I watched, I think, was like
Akira.
No, that was early, but that was like my wheelhouse. Like my main one is I used to watch Ranma 1/2 and Tenchi.
Oh wow!
Wait, did you watch Arcane?
That brings me back.
I've not even heard of that.
Oh man, it's League of Legends. It's like one of the most beautiful animated shows out there right now. They actually animate in different styles for these two different like areas of the haves and the have-nots. And it's got like some of the best like it's
Was it called Arcane?
Arcane. It's based off of League of Legends.
I don't know what League of Legends is.
Best not look.
It's a MOBA.
And that's when
it's a MOBA. I'm out on MOBAs. Those things suck.
Well, the TV show is using the characters from the MOBA to tell a real story, and it's
good,
beautiful.
You don't need to have played the game to understand the story. No. It explains it perfectly fine on its own.
All right, like because like
it's a separate thing altogether. Basically,
I like Tenchi. I like Oh My Goddess. I like Sergeant Frog.
Yeah, Sergeant Frog. I remember watching that when I was a kid. Oh man,
did you care it? It's girls and it's like super, like basically girls in cat suits, but like not like sexy girls, like funny.
Did you try it?
Wait. Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
It's like a comedy.
You should probably watch Vinland Sagas, Eric. It's Viking. It's like Vikings, but as an anime. It got a little like too dark and heavy for me, but I know you tend to enjoy that.
Oh wow! I haven't even. Jeez, I think my sister had like one of the manga books of Digichar. That's wow.
Oh, and if you guys like music, so Kipo would be that one's got some really good music in it. It's like Fallout.
So
Kipo, Kipo. It's like Fallout, but people have magic. Some people have like random powers, and on the surface, there's a lot of like mutated. So there are cats that are lumberjacks, and like snakes that are rock bands. Like,
well, that sounds pretty cool.
Frieren is amazing. Yep. It is. Oh my god! It's basically it takes place through the perspective of this elf mage that had helped this party adventure crew beat the Demon King, and it is after that where she goes through and just tries to like reconnect with her party members that are still alive after years and years, and you can really understand how time completely changes perspective when you are able to live for millennia, you know. And it is fabulously written. It is amazingly composed. Oh my god, like it's really, 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 really good.
Another two, I'll tell you guys older stuff for you guys to check out. Check out Initial D.
Oh yes, yes.
Macross Saga. That was
Yeah.
like one of my shits earlier.
All the Macross stuff.
Trigun.
Trigun's a big pile of shit.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Next year, say you don't like
Stampede or
Cowboy
OG?
Bebop.
Terrible. Cowboy Bebop is good. Trigun shit, especially because of the way it ended. It was stupid. You get to that whole thing and then get to that ending. I'm out.
I never got to the ending. I gave
Fair,
up before then.
fair.
The other ones you should check out are Gunsmith Cats and Riding Bean. They're like they're like short OVAs almost.
Oh, Gunsmith Cats is so good.
It is so good. It's one of
Where
my
can I watch
favorites.
that?
It is.
You can probably find it on YouTube, actually, I think.
Yeah, I think YouTube has it because I'm pretty sure that's one of the manga entertainment products.
I watched all the versions of Neon Genesis Evangelion that they put on
All of
Netflix,
them.
and I kept waiting for it to get good, and it never did.
Nope.
Yeah.
But it was
watch-
awful, and it always
Oh.
sucked.
Matt,
Did you up into the Black Zone, the Pacific Rim anime?
It's all right.
I like that.
enjoyed it a lot.
Pacific Rim Into
Well,
the
hey,
Black.
I'm gonna
the
go ahead and-
Australian
Into the
one.
Black.
Since we're just sort of talking anime, I'm gonna go ahead and log off tonight. I'll catch you guys later.
bye.
All right, take care.
Intro and outro music by the band 12 Noon. You can email us at meandsteverpg@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter and RPGs. Find us on Facebook at Me and Steve RPG Podcast. On Discord at Me and Steve RPGs. And as always, all of these links are in the show notes. Thank you, and be kind to one another.
How much for the cigar?
Cigar, $20, dog. You gotta go down the street to the store and buy that.